Between the 12th century and 16th century, the Khmer Empire was at its greatest in terms of reach and in terms of culture. And then, due to forces, internal and external, it tore itself apart. That story was repeated in Cambodia in the 20th century. The Pol Pot regime tore Cambodia apart. And the price was enormous. The price was enormous on the nation and on the people. The trauma was felt by generations afterwards. This is Tol Sleng High School. It was a high school before the coming of Pol Pot. In the time of Pol Pot, it became an interrogation center and a prison camp and a cemetery. I've just been through the classrooms built for children to be educated that became divided up into cells for people to be held in chains while they were not being interrogated in other rooms of the school. Almost all of them died. There is a room, or many rooms, of photographs of many of those who were inmates here and became its victims. Many things stand out. Their ages, from young children to old people. Every twist of this story here contains such dark irony. A school built for learning becomes a place for dying. It's a testament to the great suffering of children in Cambodia. The suffering that they have experienced in so many other ways than just in the Pol Pot regime. The options of life for the poor very often are so few. You may wonder how it happens that some children end up in prostitution. For some children, it's that or this. This is the rubbish dump of Stung Ming Che in Phnom Penh, Cambodia. World Vision works in this rubbish dump because there are 4 villages of people who live on this rubbish dump. Many of these people who live and work here have come from the rural areas because there was no longer a life for them there. So they've come to find a life here. There are a number of things that World Vision does here in this community. One, it does micro-enterprise. It actually provides small loans to help people set up other forms of business. 2, it provides non-formal education because the kids have to work to earn a living. So it tries to provide, World Vision tries to provide non-formal education that gives access to a library, to tutoring, to help some of these kids at least get something of an education. Thirdly, it provides alternative employment opportunities, particularly for young women, girls, to help them get out into other kinds of business activities. Fourthly, it does advocacy work amongst the community, the wider community, but also within this community itself. For example, they do advocacy work with the truck drivers to help them understand the needs of safety of children. A number of children have been killed by trucks driving over them. And fifthly, they provide children's clubs, so the children can actually get together and for some time of their life actually have the right to be a child. Here at Stung Ming Che, I think of the fact that I'm a father of 5 children, the grandfather of 1. I think of my hopes and dreams for my children and the life that I hope that they will have a chance to live. And I know that the parents of the children who live here must hope the same. This is about as grinding poverty scene as you can imagine. This is not only the workplace, the bringing up place, this is the living place of so many families. This is where all sorts of abuses of our children begin. If this is the quality of life they live in, you can understand so many of the other things that happen to young children. This is like a Cambodian version of Ramsey Street. It's a little cul-de-sac of 14 houses, each one built on a small plot of land, 4 meters by 8 meters, purchased with a loan from World Vision funded by AusAid. They pay that loan back over 13 months. They've also borrowed other money to help have an income stream of their own. That person down there is stripping wire of its copper and selling the copper. This house here, they're taking shoes from the rubbish dump and recycling them, doing them up again, repairing them so they can be sold in the marketplace. It's a very close community. In fact, a widow living down there whose daughter is currently making blankets out of old bits of cloth is effectively the head of this Cambodian Ramsey Street. They're having a chance to re-establish themselves. They've come from all over the place, squatters in some cases, from the rubbish dump in other cases. Now, through this micro-enterprise opportunity, they have the chance to become a community of their own. Surveys estimate that 40% of the children of Phnom Penh are victims of domestic violence. 30,000 prostitutes are under the age of 18. And in a 6-month period in 2001, 2/3 of the rape victims were aged between 6 and 15. There are 30,000 orphans due to HIV/AIDS, and that figure, on current indications, will grow to 140,000 within 4 years. This is a deeply hurting society. I'm here at the Nevea Tamay project in an undisclosed street in Phnom Penh. Undisclosed? Undisclosed because this is a sanctuary at the moment for 37 girls and young women who have escaped from prostitution, who have escaped from trafficking, who have escaped from rape. It's a centre that World Vision runs to give these girls a chance to rebuild their lives. In the quietness of this centre, these girls are overcoming the trauma that they have suffered, either in the villages or here in Phnom Penh. If you've been a supporter of this project, thank you for what you've done. I'm seeing these girls here having a real chance. The forces that traffic in the sexual exploitation of children are rich. They have plenty of money to sate their appetites. The efforts to save these children from this evil cost money. It's not cheap. But what is the value of a childhood? What price can we put upon it?